Yo, it's still Dre from DTE, Deep Theory Experience Podcast. What up, though?
Worldwide, and I got your girl wide. Feeling like I'm Gyro. Bitch, I'm always on time. Got my soldiers on time. If you want that 4-5, coming back like Jordan. Bitch, you know I'm scoring.
What if it's a woman?
Yeah.
And she sees a picture and it has a caption, or it's a meme, and it's like somebody's wife, and it has like she cooks, she cleans, she works, she takes care of her kids, but this person has no interest in doing any of that. But she now has the idea that she needs to be this person in order to.
This is my thing with that, bro. This is my thing with that.
I like that you brought that up.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Do it. Thank you.
Find a nigga that doesn't want you to do it.
Oh. You already know what time it is. It is another episode of the DTE, the Deep Theory Experience Podcast, here with the tremendous people of all time, in my life. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully when you hear their voices, they bring it to you too. Miss Deanne Diamond and still Dre in the building. Yes, I'm doing the I'm hitting my June bug right now.
June bug?
Still Dre. Still Dre.
Okay, you can relax.
Still
bro.
Dre. Still Dre.
I wish I could see this right now.
I wish the fans were obviously good. They could get a peek, next season. You know what I'm saying? But how you guys feeling this year? Oh yeah, listen. Why would you? I'm gonna cut that out. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Yo, man,
set up the false hope, bro. Why would you do that?
There's no false hope. It's just reality now, bro.
Listen, reality is that we gonna make it happen. Facts.
All right.
If there's a will, there is a way. That is exactly Deanne knows.
We all live in 3 different parts of the world.
No, we don't.
Of the world?
Not the world.
Yes, the world.
Yo, I'm going to keep that part. This nigga said 3 What? The world?
Yes, the world.
Province.
I understand that, but look how far apart we are.
You're acting like I'm in Sarnia and you're in...
I'm not going to lie, though. Both of y'all are deep. Like...
So are you.
Like, I
the Bermuda Triangle. Like, you're mad far.
Yo, listen. But like I said, when there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? An hour isn't that really... An hour compared to like 5? Come on.
You're not thinking about the commute, though.
I am thinking about it. An hour compared to 5?
That's one way.
Exactly. So to Dre, it might be a little longer still, because he's on the Pickering trenches,
I'm not in Pickering, bro.
Well, you're basically Pickering.
I'm at the border.
So you're considered Pickering in some sense?
No, I'm not. On the mail that I get to my house, it says Scarborough, all right?
Edge.
Tomato.
It should say Scarborough. In brackets, Edge.
Bro, you can literally take a 2-minute walk and go past to Pickering.
I legit can.
I know.
But my mail says Scarborough.
All right, man.
Edge.
Scarborough Edge.
All right, yo.
But I wanted to tackle, I don't know if you guys seen the movie yet, but if you have that new movie with Michael B. Jordan, what's it called? Redemption? Or No Remorse? No Remorse.
Not yet.
Have you guys
No Remorse, I believe.
Are you planning to watch it?
Maybe.
I wasn't going to be honest.
Right.
It didn't catch my eye.
I'm not a movie person, you know this. So
I
it's
know this. I feel you.
If it's playing.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking this, and I think people want to know because, Deanne's in the building. So do you find that Michael B. Jordan is an average actor, or do you feel like he is as tremendous as people make him out to be?
I don't know if I'm. I was like, it's a real question. I don't know if
it's not a topic, but we just talked.
No, but I like the question. I do like the question.
So
I don't know if I'm the best judge, to be honest.
Right.
I am.
Because I'm not really into movies that deep.
Right.
I think he does a decent job, but I don't know.
You can't really critique him. Okay, I appreciate that. Before Still Dre gives his answer, I'm gonna let everyone know right now, the audience, that this is another random ass episode. Okay, so you're gonna get some randomness from yours truly. Okay, and just enjoy, just rock with us, and let's get it. So, Still Dre, what do you think when it comes to Michael B. Jordan and his performance in all his movies?
So when we talk about like actors and actresses,
Right.
like it takes them a while to get to that level of like, yo,
Superior.
you're for real. Like you're above everybody else right now. Like if you look at like Denzel Washington, he had certain roles that made him stand out to be like, yo, an Oscar winner. Halle Berry, Oscar winner.
Right.
Like I understand. I don't think Will Smith has won an Oscar. He hasn't won an Oscar, but he's had roles where, yo, like Will Smith is a legend in this game.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So
Consistency.
yeah, man. Like and even like just the iconic roles that he's played, like especially with I Am Legend, like that's iconic. Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of
7 Pounds was a really good
7 Pounds
movie.
was a really tremendous movie.
I never wanted to touch it. Deanna, I think you should watch that movie, to be honest.
What?
Which one? 7 Pounds?
Yeah,
7
I think
Pounds.
so. It's actually a good movie.
Like it's not a funny movie. It's not a scary movie. It's an emotional movie though. So you might tear up.
No,
I'm
you
just
might.
gonna say that.
Yeah. I'll give him those. So I'll even give him what's that movie? Ali. He actually did a good job.
Yes, bro. Even Ali, like
I will give him a good job. He did a really good job.
He played amazing roles. So I'm still personally waiting for Michael B. Jordan to play like an iconic role. It doesn't have to be somebody like that was living. It doesn't have to, like it can be anything, but it has to. The storyline has to be really dope.
Right.
Like the character has to stand out and like be above like anybody else. Like even with Chadwick Boseman, like obviously when we saw him play Black Panther,
Rest in peace.
like
Yes.
the reason I think the reason why it became such a bigger thing than what it was because the fact that he was a Black superhero and it was able to connect with not just Black people but Marvel and superhero fans.
Right.
Right? So that helped a lot. He played Jackie Robinson.
He did really well in 42. 42.
Right? Like
That was a good movie.
but the fact that he's had iconic roles.
But I think he goes above and beyond. Right? I'm not saying that
Most
Michael
definitely.
I'm not saying Michael B. Jordan doesn't do that, but Chadwick is known. Like when you hear actresses talking about him and actors, like they're like, yo, bro, he's a rarity. Like it's different, you know? And I think with Black Panther, it translates. It was almost like he wasn't even acting. It felt it felt like, come to Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Like,
welcome to my world. Like,
welcome to my world. Like, you know
welcome
what I'm
to my
saying?
kingdom.
It felt believable. Like, yes, I can. You know what? You're leaving the theater like, let's go. Okay.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? So I hear you on that.
So like honestly, like I even also look at like
Dre's going in. He's getting it.
bro, because I watch movies. Like
I know.
there's certain movies I do watch and some movies I just don't care to watch. But from the movies I do watch, like especially when it comes to like iconic characters, 'cause I watch a lot of superhero movies. Like even watching Heath Ledger play the Joker.
Yo,
like,
that was
man took that role serious.
Listen,
like he was in character for like almost a year or beyond.
Nah, he basically took that role to a like now that I see anybody playing the Joker, it's not the same.
It's not because it took time for him to even get out of character.
I know. I heard about that.
After like
which probably could have affected his mental.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the thing that a lot of us don't even take in the mental aspect and toll that it takes on these actors. And
not even just mental, but physical. Like you see them gain weight,
lose weight, gain weight.
Yeah.
And it's impressive, especially.
I'm like, that is not easy to do.
It's not easy.
Try to lose weight for a role. I could barely do that in real life.
And they got a time limit. They got a time limit to.
Yeah, they have a time
limit. Like Jamie Foxx right now, who's gonna play Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
You gotta bulk up like crazy.
And you gotta stay bulk.
You gotta stay bulk, but then you got other movies, you got other gigs. Like I don't
crazy.
I kind of feel like within that, like if you're doing something that serious,
right?
I don't think he could touch any other role. Like he has to be invested in that role.
True.
Like I don't see him like, I'm Mike Tyson for like a year or so, but in between that, I'm gonna, I don't know, play some random role where like you're like at a coffee shop. You can't like just being a these guy in a coffee shop, bro. It can look mad weird.
It is.
That's funny.
It is.
And talking with the Mike Tyson like voice, like
Right.
you're so in tune with being Mike Tyson, bro.
Too much is in your
yeah,
mind.
bro.
Yeah.
It's way too much. Focus on that one role, especially that iconic role, because it could take you to places, man.
So I like that point that you brought up, Dre. It's a very important part. So with that being said, do you feel like when people make plan A and plan B, it takes away from the commitment that they should be having towards plan A? And the end, like, how do you guys feel about that?
I guess it depends on what you're planning towards, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if it's life plan, you have a plan A and plan B.
Right.
Not necessarily, because you can flex.
Right.
If it's something specific or
Like
drastic, like your plan A is like very different from plan B, then you should probably stick with plan A until you know that plan A isn't an option, and then
Right.
pivot.
So the commitment should be there. Yeah, I think you gotta commit to plan A. I mean, you can surface plan B, but I think once you jot it down, your commitment kind of is like, well, if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna fall on this. Where if you don't even have that in existence, it's just a straight go, you know? I mean, I could be wrong.
I think it also depends too, like, on what the plan B is. Because plan B can also align with plan A.
That is very true.
Right? So that's just something to keep in mind. Like,
hey, you're talking
plan B can, plan B can be like completely like in the same realm of plan A, but you can't get to plan B because plan A is still at the forefront of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And how do you know plan A is truly done? You know what
How
I mean?
how do you know if plan A is actually plan A?
Yeah.
Right? Plan A can actually be plan B.
Look at this unfolding an umbrella. God damn. I like it. No, but you guys are spinning some gems right now. Like that's true. How do you know what is what? How do you know what is actually guaranteed? You know? So,
and it's not even just about it being guaranteed. It's also about like, what if the timing for plan A is not right now, but timing for plan B is right now?
That is
like,
I think that's a big point because a lot of people, they can't fathom the point of the timing of everything, right? It has to happen right now. Like nowadays you're seeing like, yo, I gotta get successful somehow. Like I'm gonna make a stupid viral movie or a little reel, and then I'm gonna get on there, I'm gonna get my millions, and I'm gonna do what I want to do.
But you know, the problem with that is it's unrealistic, and
it is unrealistic.
That's mainly because of social media.
Right.
Because social media makes it seem like, you know, things happen.
It's possible. Exactly. Like in a snap of a finger, you can get famous right now. And I mean, that's how they make their bread. I mean, we can't even be mad because we're the ones who are investing into their investments.
I mean, and some of us wish we were them.
Exactly.
Yep.
That is right on. Spot on. Some of them wish we could just be like, yo, why didn't I come up with this idea?
Yeah.
What the heck? I'm telling you, Facebook someone was thinking about that while we were in school. Somebody in our classroom was thinking about Facebook. It just didn't happen for them.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
It's a fact.
Dang. Oh man. So Jay, I know you got some questions, man. I know you wanted to ask something last week, so go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor. Do your thing. Proceed. No pressure.
I mean, the last episode we had, we were talking about sitcoms for a bit.
Right. Okay. Well, actually, we talked about Black Love, and now that we got a female, a queen on here, do you want to go there? I don't know if you wanted to go there or you want to stick on sitcoms. I'm down for sitcoms.
We can do both. Let's talk about Black Love first, then.
Let's do it.
What you want to know about Black Love? There's a lot I want to know about Black Love.
Shoot, bro.
I gave you the floor.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, shoot. I do have a question too, but
okay. So oftentimes when I see the hashtag Black Love or, you know, it all over social media, to me, I'm like, what's the aim? Like, what's the like? To me, it's just like, I'm trying to put it in a way that doesn't
articulate
seem,
your words.
Yo,
doesn't seem.
Because there's a lot of just say it, Dia. I'll say it for you. There's a lot of sensitive people out there now. Okay, we gotta overthink and overanalyze what we're gonna say now because there's sensitive.
I just don't understand why we gotta say black love. Like, can't it just be love?
Facts.
Can't it just be love? Like, to me, sometimes it rubs me the wrong way. Mind you, I am a black woman.
Right. Which you're entitled to.
So for me, it's just like, can it just be considered love regardless of who you love, whether the person is black as well, or not black, or mixed, or whatever the case may be. But then I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the whole point of glorifying black love? Is it because...
Yo, thank you, because I was about to go there with this. Like,
but that's what I was trying to go to last week. So this is...
Yo, but we're here. I'm glad we saved this.
Okay.
It just rubs me the wrong way every time I see it.
So why?
I love it, but I just don't love the title. The title,
because I feel like it breaks us into a category that we are trying to break out of right now in society and in a totality.
Yeah, and it segregates everything. Like, we're adding segregation to something we're trying not to segregate.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. I feel like if we're gonna talk about if it's gonna be love that's in our community, we gotta figure out a way how to evolve it in our community without segregating ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because when we call it black love and black this, black that, I feel like we are in a lot of ways we're segregating ourselves when with black excellence and this and that.
And what is considered black love? Let's go there.
That's this
because
D, you are hitting spots. See, this is what I was trying to say from last week. Okay, when I brought up the sitcom topic, that's where I brought up the question of, like, have you seen black love on the sitcom, right? So I don't feel like that's black love. It's not a staple because that's just what we are programmed to see as black love, quote unquote. That's just
I did explain.
I know you did. I know you did. I did
explain that there's different sitcoms that show different, like, I guess, levels of, like, quote unquote black love.
Right.
Like, he was talking about, like, Will Smith living in Bel Air.
Right.
But I tried to tell him, like, yo, it was upscale, like, type of love. Right. But you also got to understand that there was a show, Martin.
Yes.
Martin was living in Detroit in an apartment with Gina, and then across the hall was Shanae, who was that ghetto annoying character.
Yes.
Right. So, like, there's different levels.
And when you brought that up, I'm like, okay, I understand that, but that was literally like one show apart from all the other black shows that were made. You talk about My Wife and Kids. You talking about Family Man, like, they're all upscale type of living. You know what I'm saying? Martin Lawrence and the Wayne Bros are the only ones that are like low income type of shows.
Wayne Bros wasn't really like a black love show.
Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying?
It was just more about brothers and siblings.
But Martin Lawrence it's not really a love show either.
There was love.
There was love. There's love.
And there was love with Martin and Gina. There was love with
I get you, but there's love. There's love in the Wayne Bros too, right? Like, Marty has his love,
Yeah, but, like, they weren't like staple. They weren't like they didn't have significant roles that lasted a time period, bro.
But this is what I'm saying. So, like, you pointed out one out of many shows that some people can relate to.
So how do you look at Jimmy Fox show?
It's an upscale because they're in a high-end hotel trying to make it happen. So it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at
the hotel upgraded, yes.
It upgraded, right. But I'm saying, like, overall, when you look at the black shows as a whole, you can't say there's a lot of griminess. There's a lot of hood, like, we come from that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel some of that should be portrayed. I know it's hard. I know it was hard at that time. It is hard.
Back then, yes.
Yeah, it was hard to showcase those things. I understand.
I don't think they would have been accepted back then if they showed like the griminess. Like nowadays, like the thing that's crazy and it's kind of sad to say, but when you're talking about like shows that I guess are more grimier or more raw, it includes drugs.
Right. But there are a lot of love things. Okay, there's a lot of things that deal with love in the Black community. Yes, I use Black community. See, that's different. That's nice. But in the Black community, when in like what we're used to, there's a lot of drugs that are involved, right? For some people, that's what they're used to, and then for us, we don't really get to see that. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a balance in the shows overall that includes some of that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy to me, because you're mentioning like upscale,
right?
And I was just thinking about all those shows, and I never really pictured it that way.
Right.
Like I never really thought about, they're in Bel Air, or they're in a hotel, or they're living a lifestyle.
But why is that? Why is that? Is it because they're relatable of their skin complexion?
I just don't.
I
just don't even think.
Huh?
I think, I don't even think I just acknowledged that. I think it was just like, that's a lifestyle that I'd like to have, but I don't think I acknowledge the fact that it's because I just like, that's nice. Like, I don't know.
See, I had the same analogy, right? Like literally, like, yo, we're watching Fresh Prince, like, yo, that's nice. I would love that. Like, you know, a little taste of that. Even the Martin Lawrence show, you want a Gina, you want to meet a Gina, right?
Yeah, because Gina was mad jokes.
Right, but I'm saying, like, when you look on it as you grow older, it's like, yo, these are all high upscale type of things, and a lot of us on a realistic level aren't going to be on that level. I'm just being realistic, right? Some people are very comfortable in their situations, so I don't feel like it was catering.
Okay, but like the character, like Will Smith, the character, like he grew up in Philly, bro. He was from the hood. Like
I feel you.
That's where he came from, right? Like he had to move out of a situation that was not good for him,
right?
To be in a situation that was more safer,
right?
Where he could focus on school, his education, and his life going forward.
You absolutely right. You absolutely right.
And you want that for Black people.
You want that. You want them to be you want them to be willing to understand, like, it's not okay to just stay in your comfort. You want to challenge yourself and do better, right? You want to.
Yes. This
is basically challenging parents more than anything. If you see that your kid is going to fall into the lands of trouble, do whatever you can to get them out of that.
Yeah, but that's one way to look at it.
Well, that's
one way to look at it.
That is one way.
The other way to look at it is me being a child, growing up in a bad neighborhood. Like, yo, I would love to like live in a higher, successful life. Like,
but as a kid, can you take yourself out of that situation? No, unless you go tell on your parents. How you gonna take yourself out of that situation?
Well, I mean, Will didn't tell on his mom. His mom sent him.
But that's what I'm saying. This is showcasing the parents that they gotta do the best that they can for their child. If they see that this could be the cycle, they see what's in the streets. They see what's happening in their surroundings. They see how easily it is to influence a child to be on that side. So if you have parents thinking that way, then they're going to do more to get their kid in a better situation. But
he's fortunate enough to have family that
exactly, which is amazing. But as a kid, you can't get yourself out of your situation. What are you going to do?
But I don't like the message though, because we're basically saying that you can't find quote unquote Black love and property, which isn't the case.
Exactly.
So why are we showing?
But this is what I'm saying. It's on a listen, Dre. I totally get what you're saying. You know.
Oh no, man.
I get what you're saying, but like, there's a lot of things that like obviously as kids when we're watching it, like like that looks fascinating. I would love that.
Bro, we idolize that.
We do, but is that?
But I don't. But were we idolizing the situation, like the family aspect, or were we idolizing the money?
Exactly.
And the lifestyle.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, because I was going to
say. Me personally, I idolized like the relationships that were being built.
Right.
Like,
which I did too.
I know for myself and Jermaine, like we didn't grow up with our fathers.
Exactly.
Right? Like to have an Uncle Phil and to have an Aunt Viv that we can turn to and talk to about anything. And then on top of that, Will being roughly around the same age as Hillary and Carlton.
Right.
And then growing up with Ashley, who's a younger female.
Sibling.
Like you can have someone, you can have 3 kids you can talk to about anything or whatever. You can help mold the youngest one. You can interact with the one who's your peer, same age as you roughly. And you guys can learn off of each other. You guys can bounce ideas off of it. You guys can experience the same type of man stuff you guys can experience together.
Right.
Because I was going to say, like, I think the only reason that all of these shows were memorable, especially in the Black community, was because of that family, that relationship that we all idolized. The lifestyle was cool. We'll get there. But it was just, especially if you didn't have that already or a glimpse of that, you're like, yo, this wanted more of that.
You wanted to relish that moment. Like, yo, even if I don't get it right now, when I have my family, this is the type of family dynamic I want to have. True? Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say, but also, let's say like people are not able to make it to that successful lifestyle. Right. They can still think about like, the foundation of what builds that.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just the family dynamic, just the relationship. I ain't talking about the money. Yes. Scratch the money. Okay. The relationships, that's what we're talking about, right? Especially for us, me and you, like we didn't have even Deanne. Deanne knows her dad, but she didn't really get to grow with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She has a relationship with him, but with us, we didn't have that stallion, that head of the snake to kind of look at us and show us where we're wrong as a man. You know what I'm saying? So even when you saw Will Smith, as you guys said in Fresh Prince, having that moment with his father, finally, right? That moment was real. I can resonate with that because if I had that moment, I don't know how.
I can't watch that episode, bro. Right. I can't watch it.
It's hard, right? But because it resonates with you. But if you're talking about a totality, there's a lot of things that you are like, yo, I like that. It doesn't resonate.
Can I ask a question?
But I like it.
It's a quick question though.
Go ahead, man. We talk.
How many times have you? Okay, so like since Netflix has been out here, and when Fresh Prince was on Netflix, did you watch every episode?
Of course.
Okay, I watched every episode, and I probably watched the father episode once, and ever since then, I never watched it ever again.
Really?
I can't watch it, bro. But even if I stick a clip of like just like Uncle Phil and Will just like standing there talking to each other, I can't watch it.
What does that moment do for you, and why you can't watch it that much? Because it obviously has to hit a way that makes you feel very uncomfortable, where you don't even want to watch that anymore.
There's emotions that you don't want to explore at that point.
Exactly. So if
you're willing to share, explore them again. Well, I met my dad. I met my dad for the first time when I was in grade 8.
Right.
And then I've seen him again probably, I'll say like 2 years after, so around 2010, 2012, 2011, I mean.
Right.
That's the second time I've seen him, and I haven't seen him since. So.
Yo, you know what's crazy? We have like a lot in common, man, because I think the last time I seen mine was 2007.
Jeez.
Mine was 2007. That was the first time I actually like met him and knew that he was my father. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give it a chance. Let's see if we can build something. But he was unwilling to do that. So I just said, let me.
That's the crazy part.
Do my thing. But like I said to you guys before on the podcast, at 24, I said, all right, man, this is it. Like I'm already here. Let me just grow in what I'm supposed to. God will guide me wherever I need to go. That's it.
What used to bother me the most, because you know how like they'd be like, oh, you need a father in a household, everything that they would say. I was like, that's cool, but your mom can still provide for the family and that. What happened to that daughter and daddy relationship that you see everywhere? The daddy's girl,
Right.
That's important.
It is.
People learn that's important.
It's very important.
That used to drive me crazy because like there are aspects of my life where I got that, and there was aspects of my life where I didn't.
See,
it was just like
I like the fact that you point that out, because just as important as that is for a woman growing up into like a little girl growing to a woman, it's important for that man to have that from his mother, right? So I don't know if Drake can relate, but not getting that from your mother, you're seeking that in some aspects. You may not even know it. Like you might be just like, you might tell your girl like every single certain situation that's happening, whether it's work related, this, that, and you're looking for her to find solutions and love you and consume you in ways that your mother didn't. And sometimes guys don't realize that. And I think that's when the masculinity comes off, when you're in a relationship and your partner now feels like she's your mother. And the respect, it slowly deteriorates, right? She won't tell you, but it's gonna show in action, like, you know?
Right.
It's actually kind of, it's sad to like even like think about that, to be honest.
Right.
Just hearing you talk about it, because it's so quick to see like relationships end because, oh, I'm not your mother. I'm not trying to like take care of you. I'm not asking you to take care of me.
Exactly.
I'm not asking that. I'm just asking for the support and like love and affection. Like,
but see,
I never really got that
from your mother. Exactly.
Right. Like,
exactly.
Really and truly, like in my household, like I was really protected from like the streets, I guess you could say. Like I didn't grow up in a rough neighborhood or anything, but like, my mom's gonna protect me as much as possible, keep me away from certain things that she can control, and keep me out of trouble. Fine. But there's more to a relationship, especially when it comes to like a mother and son relationship, that is needed.
Right.
It's needed, man.
It is very needed. And vice versa for the women, right? It is very needed, because you end up trying to find yourself in these men and situations, and then you're giving yourself to men that really are not worthy, and you never had a man to
show you what you deserve.
Exactly. What like, you need a man to desire you. A lot of men won't. If you ask a man right now who's in a relationship, we can ask anybody right now, do you desire your woman? It might throw them off. It literally might just be like, oh, what desire? What's that? What does that mean? Because if you're desiring your woman or you're desiring your man, you're gonna go to the next level. You'll sacrifice what you need to, whether you like it or not. It won't even be a question. You know what I'm saying? Because you desire that woman. You desire that man. All right, listen. Yo, we gotta welcome Moses in the building.
What's poppin', Moses?
That's good.
Sensei.
What did I walk into?
I think before we came back into this, we're gonna talk about the whole thing of couple goals or relationship goals. So what do you guys feel like that does to the community on a totality? Because I don't like.
I look at it two ways.
I don't. Okay, how do you look at it? Give me your 2 per section.
The one way I look at it, the only positive I can get out of it is like, that's just. Yeah, I got one positive. One positive.
Oh shoot.
The positive is just like, that's nice to have. Like that's something that we could probably reach to if we're in a relationship.
Oh.
Like we want to do that. We want to experience these type of things. Cool.
Oh.
The thing I hate about it. It gives a lot of people. Okay, this is my biggest thing when it comes to these, especially when it comes to like this post when it comes to Black relationships, when it's being used by non-Black people too.
Right.
It's kind of weird for me. I don't know. I don't really get it. Like, is there no relationship goals within like your own race?
Let's let it pause for a moment. A moment of silence. Okay. A moment of silence for the common sense.
And then on top of that, I also look at like interracial like relationships.
What do you consider that? Is that Black love? Is that, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense.
I don't know.
Where I was going, I was like, what?
That's a
like when you say Black love, I only have one image in my head, which is mess. Like that's
right.
Like I just tried to go on Instagram to do #Black love. You want to guess what I saw?
What do you see? What did you see, D?
Just guess. Just guess.
Oh, I don't want.
You saw a white woman with a Black man?
Yo.
I don't know, man. But the reason, as D's looking for this, right? I really don't like the fact that the whole relationship goals, the perception it gives is like the fairy tale. Kind of like what the Disney movies has been embedding in our minds for long before time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind that you're putting up your relationship, but it's not a goal that anybody should aspire to get, because an image is not a goal to seek. I'm not gonna look at, Sensei and his wife, and be like, oh wow, that's a very nice picture. I'm gonna get to that goal. What goal is he setting? The picture?
Okay, so here's a question for you.
The fucking picture is what the goal.
Relax, bro. Here's a question for you. So,
Understand?
if you don't look, have you ever looked at anybody like anybody, any of your peers, or any type of celebrity, or just anybody in general, even just random people on the street that are in relationships or couples?
Right.
You ever just look at them and be like, yo, honestly, that looks nice. They look happy. That looks nice.
If I'm seeing that visually, then I can compliment and be like, yo, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's dope to see a union. But you don't know the battles that they're having. It may look nice in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we don't know the trials and tribulations they're going through.
I guess my biggest problem with all of that is the underlining sense of perfection and thinking that everything's perfect, and that's not the case, and that's not something that we should be preaching. This is the perfect picture. This is what you should be living. That's not the case. It's cool to say, if you see two individuals that you can tell that they're in love, they're doing their things, they have kids, or maybe they don't have kids, but they're well off.
Yes.
And you call that goal, cool, but understand that they didn't get there in a day. Understand that that's not an easy achievement. Understand all the things that they had to do to get to that.
But they're not. That's the crazy part. They're not even thinking about what has to go into that for them to even frame that perfect quote-unquote picture that everyone wants to make it seem like it's a fucking goal. A picture is a goddamn goal.
Yo, why are you so upset by it?
Because
He's very
mad, bro.
Sense.
Very angry.
Yo, I am not hating. I'm like,
it
yo,
ruins relationships, though. It ruins relationships.
Thank you.
It does.
Honestly. And my take on it is, honestly, it's no one is perfect. No one is.
Facts.
Another thing that people really need to understand is no one is ever what you think they're going to be.
It
doesn't matter how good they seem at jump. It doesn't matter how nice they are from the beginning. I can tell you from a guy's perspective, none of the niggas you talk to at first are the niggas you end up with by 10. I'd say 6 months in the relationship.
Not even 6 months, bro. Give it 3 weeks.
Nah,
3 weeks.
Yeah, for real. Depending on the guy. I'll say depending on the guy.
Yeah, depending on the guy.
The circumstance and the guy. For sure.
The man is gonna switch up on you, I promise. And
Right.
you're gonna feel bad. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, but he was so nice at first. He was giving me flowers. Of course he was giving you flowers.
Right.
He was trying to get.
Because of those relationship goals.
Right.
And
right.
shorties go for that and think that every single day you're gonna get flowers and I'm not saying that that's not impossible. It can happen, but you're not getting that every day.
Bro, I'm not buying flowers every single day. You can tell me.
That's a lot of money. You know how much money roses are, bro?
They're a lot.
Roses are not cheap, bro.
They're not cheap. So if you're gonna do it, okay, let me pose this because I like the fact that he brought that point up. So with that, I feel like you have to have that desire. If you're gonna desire that woman, you're gonna go and buy her those roses on occasions, right? You might be like, yo, my bae made me a sweet ass meal last night. I might go pick her up some flowers in 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
A diner, and do what I need to do.
Exactly. But there are guys, again, like you said, because they see what is on social media, how they can wind up. They're we're seeing guys pick up girls now. That's content.
Top finesses, bro.
That's content.
Come on.
You get what I'm saying?
Come on, them there. This is the thing with that, though. This is the thing with that that's so toxic and bad is that now it's so easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so easy because all you have to do is just put on the front 1-2 times.
Facts.
And then loneliness creeps in, and well, I don't want to go nowhere because
vulnerability.
He's nice and he gives me flowers and he gives me food sometimes. It's like, no.
He feeds me sometimes.
No, nah.
So can I consider that a catfish?
You can consider whatever. Hold on.
You catfished me for a while.
Honestly, you know what? That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it because that's your perception. That's your perception of it, right? And no one can wrong you from your perception.
That's true. That's how men catfish women. That's how
Exactly.
men catfish
That is exactly how we catfish women. And some women be doing certain things too, but you guys are different with your finesse.
They're
Y'all are completely, but y'all are different. And y'all make it look very modest, but it is.
The thing is, with girls, bro, they could actually play that off so well.
You'll never know, because when they're emotion beings, right? So if they can keep their emotions out intact, then it's a win-win for them.
They throw in a little fake cry 1-2 times.
Nasty.
And you're gone.
So
what are you gonna?
nasty.
You can't be mad.
Facts.
You be mad at your shorty? She's crying. You can't be mad at your girl.
But what? Okay, so what if it's okay? What if it's a woman?
I love this.
I was about to call her an F word, and I'm like, let me not. What if it's a woman?
Yeah.
And she sees a picture, and it has a caption, or it's a meme, and it's like somebody's wife, and it has like she cooks, she cleans, she works, she takes care of her kids, but this person has no interest in doing any of that. But she now has the idea that she needs to be this person in order to.
This is my thing with that, bro. This is my thing with that.
I like that you brought that up.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Do it. Thank you.
Find a nigga that doesn't want you to do it.
My problem with CoupleGoals.
But this is what I'm saying.
No, but I promise you, this is the thing. I feel like people don't think they can find somebody, and that's the problem. I'm telling you, there's somebody out there for everybody. There is. Because there's a guy out there that will cook, that will clean, that will watch the kids, and there's a shorty out there that wants to just chill. And there's a guy that'd be like, yeah, man, I want my girl to relax. And you can't tell him no. Like, what are you gonna say? You can't tell him no.
Exactly. That's why you have polygamous relationships. That's why you have monogamous relationships. You have a whole. There's someone there for everyone. And I feel like when we rely on these relationship quote unquote goals, aka the pictures, okay, the fucking pictures.
It's not just the pictures. It's not the characters in these movies and these sitcoms,
which I brought up.
YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's the YouTube videos. Like I said,
don't get me started.
So again, like you got people who are out here basically bragging to you like their relationship is good in their pictures or their captions, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you see that you're not a person who likes to be touched, right, and you're seeing the picture or video that's relationship goals. If that's not your realm, then don't go down that path. It's simple.
Do right.
Just say no. Like, you know what? I like what they're doing, but that's not for me. Hopefully I can find a union like that. But I don't need it to be like a guy has to pick me up and
but you know what's so messed up with society though? Because I just took this in, like YouTube, movies, TV, you name it. They sell this
propaganda,
this idea of love. They sell it.
Yes.
Mind you, because they know it makes money.
Product.
And then on top of that, the drama that happens because the person they weren't even in a relationship to begin with makes them more money. And I'm like, what are we teaching?
Yes. How is it? Listen, when you watch the movies, that we watch, right? How many times are you seeing infidelity in them?
Every time.
9 times out of 10, right? But when you're watching the infidelity part, let's just say there's the one that you're rooting for, but she's the one who's doing infidelity or he's doing infidelity. Why are we rooting for them? It's wrong. So you're basically condoning that it's right. Right? Okay, I rest my... it don't make no sense.
Tyler Perry movies did more harm than good.
Exactly.
Listen. Nah, but I'm not gonna lie
though. No! Someone said it. Someone said it.
That black woman. Wait, which one was it?
Yeah. But listen, that stuff.
Wait.
I was watching.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that frying pan. I was like,
no. I felt that.
I felt that. Yo, that's necessary.
Content, though.
That's good content. That's needed. That's telling you women to stand up if a man's doing what he's doing.
Beat that nigga ass,
bro. Beat that nigga's ass.
That baby oil scene. The bathroom floor. Over it
with some hot grits.
Yo, the grits. Yes, the grits.
It was ingrained in my head. I said yes.
But I was scared for her too, because at the end of the day, it's wrong, But there are some people who are watching that like, he got away with it for this long.
Yeah, for real.
I might as well take some notes.
Look how well he's living. He's up there in a mansion. He got a light skin.
Exactly. And that's how it is. And the cycle continues because
The thing was,
no one's trying to break it.
I was watching a Different World yesterday. Or a couple days ago.
Snap.
Yes.
Wow.
Bro, Dwayne and Whitley are toxic as hell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
And
let's
people
talk
are-
about toxic
and
culture.
putting those up, and
Let's
I'm
talk
like,
about
yo,
it.
this guy's bad. Like this guy's
Right.
this guy's a really bad guy. Like
But this is why they take clips out of the show and show
they
like
take
this
those
the
little
first set.
clips, but
Of
it's so funny
course.
because even those clips are toxic.
Yeah.
Talking to her, I'm like, yo, that's disrespectful.
Right.
Mhm.
She's putty in his hands. I'm like, yo, what is happening? Why is she melting over that?
Are you talking about like the
But
scene
also-
where like he's like washing dishes or whatever,
Yeah.
or he goes up there and like,
And
yo,
literally
like I'm
that
your man.
That exact episode came on, and I was like, this is so toxic. And then it just kept going, though.
Right.
Bro, there's an
Yeah.
episode after they get married on their honeymoon. They get into a fight, and he kicks her out the car and drives off. And
Yeah.
says, "Now walk to the store yourself," and drives off.
Wow. That's manipulation at its highest.
Damn.
But also, how are we glorifying toxic
What?
culture now? That's a
What's
thing
that?
now.
Yeah,
That's a
but
trend.
it's not even been now. It's been from time.
That's been the
But
90s.
the thing is, it's now a trend.
It's been a trend.
It hasn't
Yeah.
stopped being a
It, has,
trend.
it hasn't stopped, G. It's been a thing for years,
I saw that, and I'm
decades.
like, how you gonna kick out your wife on your honeymoon?
That's actually
You got
sad.
into a fight.
I can't kick no girl. I would never kick a girl in my car.
No,
for
Fab,
something.
Fab, don't
They kicked my friend out the way, bro.
Yo,
Yeah.
Fab, but yo, hold on. We're talking about friends and girl. This is his wife. Someone he's just made newly married, made a commitment for the God.
Been fighting for her.
Oh,
Been
yes.
fighting for her.
And a witness.
That's crazy, though.
And this guy said, "Step, yeah, walk to the store."
But
What?
that you should, like, as the woman, she's got to know, like, yo, what did I just walk into?
Why am I being
Catfish.
that?
She got
Facts.
catfish.
But how do you got to know that before you say
Nah.
yes?
She didn't get catfished. That man
She-
was
yeah,
the
Nah,
same.
she's been
Yeah.
knowing.
Yeah, she
That man
knew.
was the
She,
same.
but this is what I said. But this is why I said people like to be in their own comfort,
Yeah.
and that's the toxic part. Some people like to be in that toxic thing because they don't know how to deal with trauma.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And
Can
that's
you
what-
imagine being in the same situation,
Right.
keeping yourself in the same negative situation because you don't want to deal with another negative situation that's kind of put you in this situation?
It's dealing with the trauma. There's a lot of people who are
Yeah.
in relationships who have trauma that they can't release or
Mind you, it started from the parents.
yeah,
Of course.
Let's go right back.
But even regardless of that, like we got to take some accountability for ourselves.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
we're not going to take accountability for that, that's when you're basically catfishing the person because
Facts. I feel like
Go
like
ahead.
that knowing where it starts though is good, but you need to
It
get
is.
that and run with it. Like it's fine to be like, okay, yeah, my parents' relationship is why I'm this way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then yeah, it's now you're old enough.
exactly. It's your responsibility to kind of break that chain and see how you can grow from that. Again, we've all seen some things, right? We don't
Yeah.
like some things that our parents have showed us in dynamics. I'm not gonna say everybody, but
Mhm.
you know, you gotta break that cycle. But
And there's things you know that you're like, yo, I'm never gonna do that.
exactly, but you
Lo and
end up
behold,
doing
you
that.
do the same shit.
Exactly. Why? Why? Because of the trauma that you haven't admitted to or released, and it's gonna keep playing. So whenever these
Crazy.
toxic relationships happen, let's just say you're in the midst of it, right? You don't want to see another person with that person because you really love this person, but
Mhm.
because you haven't tapped in what is really defeating you from actually letting yourself be with this person because you're not letting yourself grow,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
you don't want to see nobody with that person. So you go stay put, no matter how negative highs and
That's
lows
sick.
you're gonna deal with.
So, okay, so let me try to tie the two, Black Love and
Yes, I think we got off topic.
sitcom again.
It works.
I'm
but it
gonna
doesn't,
bring it
'cause
all together though.
It works.
Right.
So we acknowledge that we know some sitcoms that have Black
Right.
love in it, whatever that
Right.
might be considered. But then, do you find, like, say you're in a relationship and you're watching these sitcoms, either with your partner or without? What do you like? Are you comparing your relationship to that?
I love the fact that you brought this up because listen, we were watching Temptation Island. I don't know if y'all heard of that damn show. We're watching Temptation Island, and I could tell she's like things that I'm like agreeing with. You can tell she's comparing like, oh, that's how you think. Well, that's how, you know what I'm saying?
And the reason why I said that is because if I bring it back, remember I said I loved watching that, not because of the lifestyle they were living and things like that. It was the relationships that they were building that I wanted to see myself in.
Right.
So now that you're now in a relationship that may or may not be like what you've been watching growing up,
right?
You now compare your relationship and try to make it what you see on TV.
I gotta compartmentalize it. I can't compare because, again, that's not my situation. If there's some similarities, I can be like, okay, well, he dealt with it this way. Maybe that's an opening if I can see like, oh, they talk towards each other facing the opposite way. Let's try that. Let's see if it works. You know
that's also how a relationship ends too, right?
That is true.
When you start comparing relationships with like your peers, especially.
Yes, listen, you're putting pressure. You're putting added pressure that doesn't need to be there.
Like, why don't you do this? Because that's just not who I am.
Listen. Naturally, a woman is going to challenge every man. That's just in their nature. But some men can't decipher that, right? Like they struggle to know, like, yo, why does she keep pressing me about this? Like I'm doing this, so why does she keep pressing? But it's just in your nature because you want to see us do better.
But we also have our own ways of doing certain things.
I understand that, but
go
ahead.
This is the thing with that, bro. You can be single, like you're allowed.
Yes.
Because this stuff, like relationships are not easy. Like as you said, women challenge men, like, and that's just how they are. That's who they are. Yes. It's up for the man to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna take this challenge and I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Because if it's a good relationship, then she'll like strengthen you and grow you and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And vice versa. But it's like, if you don't want that, don't get into a relationship. No one's telling you to take on that challenge. You don't have to. You know what I mean? And that's my problem with things. I find that there are some, this happens on both sides, but I definitely see it more on girls where they force relationships on guys that they like. And it's like, I see guys do it, but it's like that kind of stuff is annoying because it's like, yo, don't make that man ready to love you because he doesn't. Like, it's just stop. You know what I mean? Like, cut that off, yo.
Okay, I got a situation here though.
I love that.
Force stuff it doesn't ever end well.
He finished my sentence for me, so thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it.
So just like what you just said, okay? Yeah. I've seen a lot of situations on social media as of late where there is a guy and girl best friends. Right. So they're supposed to be platonic friends. They're best friends.
Well, I see where you go. With
we've heard songs about, like, you know, she's my best friend turns into something next, and then the relationship progresses from there. And then in reality, there's a lot of best friends that are just best friends, and they're platonic, and they're just best friends, right? But then you have now, if you're a public, like say you're in the public eye, you now have people say, "Oh, you guys should date. Oh, you guys should do this." And forcing the relationship between you two because
you're planting seeds in the person's head.
Yeah, you're like, oh, maybe we should.
Let me just plant a little. And I've had that situation, right? I didn't know if this person that I was friends with, you know, we're just friends because I'm looking at it as a friendship thing, but I have little friends in my circle and like planting little seeds. Like, yo, I think you guys should date. So like your guys' vibe is just, it's this. Like, why not? Y'all are both this tall. Like, why not? You know? And then,
then who do you blame then at that point?
I don't blame
the relationship starts to suffer because
I gotta blame myself because what I choose with that, I gotta choose whatever that information and all the seeds that they planted. Am I gonna go to that next level? Which I chose to see if it actually was true. So when I found out that it was, I'm like, but it messes up the whole dynamic now because even if you still feel like, yo, you're my homie, things change. It's inevitable for it to change. And now you got to see like if it's worthy to keep a friendship or an honest friendship or go yourself.
I think that whole situation messes with me too though, because like for me, my ultimate goal would be for the person that I marry and I spend the rest of my life with to be my best friend.
Sucks.
Point blank, period. Like what? Why? What are we doing? You know what I mean?
But that can't be forced. It has to happen organically.
No, it can't be forced.
Well, that's the thing, y'all. Those kinds of relationships where it's like, that's my best friend. You notice that the lack of bounds in their relationship with all the stuff that they do is like, you might as well be dating at that point. You know what I mean? Because you hear the songs that are like, yeah, it's my best friend. well, we smashing. He's like, okay, well, I don't think that's your best friend. I think you guys
that's not your best friend.
It's a committed relationship. Yeah, I think you guys. And it's like you can't have. It's literally like you can't have it all. Like you need to pick one at that point. Like if that's your friend, and to have those friend boundaries where it's like I'm not at your house cuddling for 3 hours.
I like that. So with that being said, when you cross that line, let's just say you and that best friend have committed,
cross the line,
flesh and flesh together. You know what I'm saying?
Flesh and flesh. You become one, as biblically. You become one.
You become one in a moment, right? Do you feel like carrying on that friendship is it doing any justice for you, or is it something that you should just cut from the jump?
There's no going back.
There's no going back. You gotta.
There's no going back, bro.
But for sure, you're not going back. No, so going forward, do you?
No, I mean, like, there's no going back to being a friend, like being friends.
It's either you're in a relationship or we stop talking. Because at that point, it's just gonna.
So when you knowing that, right? Let's just say you have a person that you're courting or you're dating, and they tell you like, "Oh, this is my best friend, but we had sex 4 years ago, one time, blah 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 blah."
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's wild.
So how do you take that? No, but seriously, how do you take that? Because that happens a lot in today's.
You see, okay, with that, like, I don't know, I have trust issues with that, bro.
I'm like, that's not a best friend, that's an ex.
Yeah, like,
that's a best friend.
That's
like
not
y'all
a best
still
friend.
talk
That's an
daily.
ex.
Oh.
Yes, right. So how?
No, you're not ready for a relationship then.
Yeah.
That's how you're not ready for a relationship.
There's no way you can't.
You can't.
Bro, imagine her telling you like, "Yo, I'm gonna go chill with my best friend at his house."
Right.
And I'm gonna and you're messaging her throughout like the evening or the night.
Right.
You're not getting any responses.
No response.
Your head's twisted. Your head's done.
My sick head no good.
Bump that. Bump that.
The next morning, he responds, "Oh, my bad. I fell asleep at my best friend's house."
Comes back, bedhead.
I've had that.
All mess up.
No, fam, I had so she told me that she had I saw that hickey on her neck, and she's like, "Oh, my friend pinched me." I'm like, "What?"
That's not what pinches do.
I'm like, "What the heck? You think I'm that dumb?" So
no.
Yo, she got dick breath, bro.
Bro, I literally gave her a similar hickey. She did. Yo, facts. That's what it was.
She got dick breath, bro.
Let me smell your breath.
I gave her a hickey on the opposite side, and I'm like, "Oh wow, shit, I didn't pinch you, but it looks the same." God damn, you know what I'm saying? She's like, she's like, "Oh, you're still on that? You're still on?" Like, nigga, what you think? I was born yesterday? Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, Dre. Like, it's gonna.
But no, there's also another layer to that, though. Like, so say it's like there's a guy that I'm dealing with, and he introduces his best friend as obviously a woman.
Right.
I'm not about to compete with you and try. She's gonna think this is a competition.
Right.
This is the thing.
And then on top,
this is the thing. So
you have to pick.
I do have a female best friend, and I just know that she will not compete. There's no competition, bro. She understands, like, yo, this is where I stand.
You know that, though?
Fam, yes. If I have these conversations, we've had conversations.
You can have these. Listen, I've had the same conversation.
Bro, fam.
I have the same.
I understand. I do understand.
You don't really know.
It's never obvious.
Exactly.
It's never obvious.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
Yo, fam, females are the ultimate finessers, fam.
I totally understand that. I get it.
Like, I even know a friend right now. I'm gonna let you speak, Dre. I'm sorry to interject, but I know friends right now that had relationships with their ex, and that ex literally stayed put because they're waiting, they're counting down the days, like, yo, when is this nigga gonna be single?
Yep.
This is my moment. That's
moment. Crazy, but I know those ones. I get that.
It happens. So
I totally get it.
Go ahead, Dre.
It also depends on the relationship that you have with your friend of the opposite sex. That's how I feel about it. Bro, I've never.
I hear what he's saying.
I hear what he's saying too.
Bro, if I've known my friend since like high school till now, so this is going on beyond like 2009, like till now, never done anything that we were never supposed to do.
Right.
What makes you think we're gonna start just like that? Like,
listen.
Let me pose out. Okay, I think you're gonna go where I was gonna go with this. Go ahead, Moses. Get him.
Go ahead.
Shorty's there, yo.
Bro, I just know her.
Let me not
bro.
even say
That's the
shorties, because
thing.
at that point they're not shorties. They're grown women.
They're grown
How
women.
smart and intelligent women will lie in. They are literally lionesses.
So they're just preying on.
They will lie and wait until the second they notice that their spot is gone, and the
Facts.
second they notice their spot is gone, they're gonna be like,
Mhm.
And bro, I promise nothing has happened ever. All of a
Right.
sudden, the second you start posting shorty,
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Yo, hold on, hold on. Just to chime in on what he said, right? You know your friend, right? You got the
Yes.
high school, whatever, till right now. If you made a move, you don't even know what's gonna happen in
Don't
the
know.
outcome. You don't know, Dre. You would, but
That's fine. I wouldn't make that move though.
I'm posing
You don't know that?
I'm posing the scenario to you.
I know.
she
But
don't
that's
know.
She knows.
But see, hold on, right now, this is what I'm gonna hit Dre with. Right now, you guys are both playing it safe to being best friends.
We're not playing it safe. We
You
are
are.
best friends.
You are though.
No, Jermaine, don't tell me what we are doing.
Okay, I'm not telling you exactly what you're doing, but in the situation you're telling me, you're playing it safe.
Fam, we've
That's what I'm
both
hearing.
had our own relationships with
Right.
other people.
Right, but
If
so
I know that she's in a relationship, bro, I keep my distance because
Dre,
Yeah, I trust
Dre,
you. I'm not gonna lie, I trust you. I don't trust her.
Dre, listen.
bro, yo, chill.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
See,
But she's my people. If you
But Dre,
trust me, you
Dre,
trust her.
Dre,
I don't need to
Dre,
trust her, you know?
Dre.
What?
With you saying that, right? You said a key thing that proves my point. You have to take the space away from her. Why? If your friendship is what it is, and there's nothing putting you guys in any harm's way, why do you need to put that distance in there? You're just friends.
Because the
It's-
other man then might feel a certain way.
But
Fam, it's out of respect.
okay, so let's just bring this up. If it's out of respect, why can't that man have a shared conversation with you about how he feels?
If he wants to have that conversation, he has to be willing to have that conversation.
but why
I'm never
would-
afraid of having a conversation.
But if it's your best friend, why do you need to put a distance? It doesn't make sense.
Bro, it's not about. Okay. When I say distance, I mean respecting space, respecting the fact that she's focused on her relationship,
Right,
developing her relationship.
Yeah.
Let her do that. Do your thing.
Okay, so what changes for you in that dynamic? Like, what respectful changes are you making towards the friendship?
You gotta understand. I'm not messaging nobody around like past a certain time. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Respecting that. That's understandable. That's I can give that one.
Like unless it's like a dire emergency, I'm respecting that time frame. Like, when 9 o'clock hits, I'm not messaging you after that.
So we're talking about time management. Okay, that's I can agree about that. What else?
I can still hang out with her. That's something light. Like,
you're go to what is changing for you.
oh, what is changing?
Yes, what are the changes that you are making for this friendship? So you said time management. You're not texting her past a certain time. That's
I
understandable.
think that's really it, bro.
Exactly, Dre. So what are you giving her distance for? There's no reason.
That's the distance.
That's the only distance that you're giving her? So everything,
That's really it, bro. I can talk, bro. We don't talk every single day as it is.
right. So everything's the same, just the time.
Everything else is the same. It's just understanding, at a certain time, I'm not going to message her.
I had to specify because our listeners are listening, right? So
That's fine.
the way you were coming off, I'm like, distance.
Bro, okay, so when I say distance, just respecting space and respecting time. Like,
Okay.
that's what I mean. Like, I'm not going to completely cut her off because she's in a whole relationship.
Right,
Like,
but
she's been in a relationship.
But there are people who will do that. They'll literally just be like, "Yo, that's my homie. You're in a relationship. I'm gonna give you your time. Do your thing. you call me whenever."
Nah, bro, it doesn't work like that. Like, you can't go completely ghost on your peoples like that, bro. Like, because you never know if your friend ever is gonna need you. I understand it happens, but like, you just never know when your friends are gonna need you. And like, she's even told me about guys who've asked her about me.
Right.
Like, who is this guy? Like, what is his mindset? Like, he's probably trying to get with you. Just like, no. If you want to have a conversation, like I keep telling her, bro, if these guys ever want to have a conversation with me, I'm always here to have a conversation. I'm not afraid of talking.
But see, you have a man's aspect of that, right? If you were in a similar situation, vice versa, if it was a woman asking the questions, you would want to have a conversation with dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's
I understand. But some
Like, let me see how you guys interact with each other, if anything. Like,
man, some mans are too egotistical, fam. They don't want to have a conversation.
well, honestly, you gotta grow up at some point.
You're right.
And that's on period.
That's a dog right there.
Right? Like,
yo,
bro, just think about this, bro. Like, at some point in my life,
get him, Dre.
At some point in my life, I'm gonna get probably married, hopefully.
Get him, Dre. Yeah.
What do you mean, hopefully, probably?
Yo, honestly, I came to terms with being single for the rest of my life, to be honest. But that's a whole nother topic.
Stop. We have to talk about that.
Hold on, it's a whole nother topic. Chill.
Oh my God.
Every year is my birthday. Let's say I celebrate my birthday 1 year. Yo, you're gonna see me. Like, if I invite her, she's probably gonna bring you too. Cool, bro. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Like, if she celebrates her birthday, I'm gonna pull up, bro. What up?
Yo, but
this is the thing, though.
Yeah.
This is the thing, though. I find that when I heir about these things, it's usually the girl that acts up, not the guy. Like, the guy will be like, "Damn,"
let me find out,
and they'll leave it alone. Like, girls, because girls are. It's funny enough. Girls are more territorial than guys are.
They are.
And so when girls notice that their spot's getting taken from them,
when they feel threatened,
the conversation.
Right.
And mind you, the guy won't even notice. The girl will feel the energy.
Yeah.
So the girlfriend, she'll feel that energy. She'll be
then
like,
they start talking like, "Oh, how close are you with this person?"
Yes. See, the question
out of nowhere.
They start
having those conversations like, "Oh,
on a regular,
we were gonna hang out today." It's like, "No,
a regular."
I told you that I was gonna hang out with my girl." And it's like, "No, but okay." And then that's when it starts to happen. Not saying it's gonna happen, Dre. But
yes, Dre. Yes, we're not saying that. But
I'm just saying, in these situations and in these scenarios, that's usually what ends up happening.
But
I totally get it. Like, I've been to the movies with my friend. I've gone to CNE with my friend. And, yo, like, bro, I don't even hug her, bro. Like, it's one of those. I don't even hug her.
But
like,
I think
you should hug your friend.
But she don't like.
Yeah, I get it, but
you don't like being touched. You don't like being touched anymore.
No, it's not even about that, bro. But like, even when I greet Deanne, we hug.
That's true.
Right? Like, I don't even give her. I get it.
Give her some friendship love.
Yeah,
I get it, but like, we just know where we stand, bro.
I
Like,
feel you.
Yeah, stand close.
You guys understand. You guys
stand close to each other and hug. That's what
I had to chime in on what what Sensei said, and basically, when you have a girl who's doing that conversation is gonna keep coming up, and then it's going to now put you in a situation where it seems like an ultimatum, because now you gotta be like, do I choose my best friend who's gonna ride with me no matter what, or am I gonna choose my girl? And
you know what's funny about that? I keep telling.
But it happens though, like you said.
No, I totally get it. And we've had these conversations
on the energy and all that. Like, it's true.
We've had that conversation too. Exactly, like, what happens, like, if her boyfriend or whatever,
right?
Like, yo, you gotta pick, bro. I told her, yo, I'm not dropping my best friend.
Facts, because you know what you got. You got a real one. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. So listen, at any point in time, bro. I just know that she's always gonna be there.
But you gotta. I think like the conversation that should be only had once is you need to tell your partner, listen, I'm hearing your insecurities. What are you going to do about it? Because there's nothing that I need to do, because I've already reassured you that this is my friend.
I wish you would.
I'm saying you gotta be better with that one, but I hear what you're saying. It comes from both. Both have to be.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Listen, if I'm reassuring you with action and words, right?
Less than a minute.
There really is nothing that I can do to change that, because that's literally how you feel. If I've had the conversation with the person,
yo, Jermaine,
I'm just saying it's true.
Let me end it. Let me cool it. I'm on both sides. I'm on both sides.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So let me say this. First off, the approach.
I understand the approach was kind of hot. I understand. I might get slapped. I can take that.
This is the thing, though, and I was in this situation. I was in this situation.
Right.
This is what happened. And I was the one where I was like, okay, she was just getting over her ex, and she was talking to me, and she's like, yo, I've been with this guy for 3 years. I literally just met you a couple months ago. He obviously has some sort of seniority over you in that way, but I care about you in a different way. And so I'm like, listen, I took that route where I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna fight you for nobody. I'm not gonna fight nobody for you like that. Like, if y'all want to be something, you guys can be something. But I'm gonna let you know, if it's me, it's me. I'm like, if it's me, it's me.
Tell her, man. Show them.
that's just what it is. And she's like, well, you're gonna have to be okay with me and him just being friends. I'm like, if y'all are friends, be friends, but understand. This is the thing with me. I'm like, if y'all are friends, be friends, but you guys need to understand your boundaries. And if he starts feeling ways, then he gotta cut, because I mean, that's just what it is. I'm like, I can't the same way. I can't tell you what to do with the person that's been in your life longer. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not my place.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if you're gonna be with me, you need to understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? It's a mutual thing.
You gotta get a common ground, right?
Yeah, you need to come to a common ground and be like, okay, look, yo, if what it is what it is. And she reassured me from time to time, you know what I mean? She was like, yeah, you know, nothing serious. I'm like, I hear you, but I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about him, because he's the one that's still feeling ways. He's the one that's still doing whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And she's not confrontational, so she didn't have that conversation with him.
She avoided it. She
avoided it, but he already felt the energy, like Dee said, like you feel that energy that things are starting to change in the relationship. The dynamic is changing.
Right.
And so he felt that, and he's asking about me, like, oh, you guys this, you guys that, blah, 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 blah. And then she told him the truth. She's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I like him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, you know, we're trying to do something. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. And he started feeling ways about it, and he started not liking me, all that stuff. But it's like, yo, I can't deal with your insecurities. Same way he can't deal with my insecurities. You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying.
The thing is, at the end of the day, the only person that has you the most is you.
Exactly. So, that's it. That's why
if it's getting to the point where I'm like, yo, I can't handle this, I gotta go.
You gotta remove yourself. And if you don't, it's your fault at the end of the day.
It's my fault.
You have to keep telling yourself, yo, I chose to stay.
Yeah.
I can't finger point and be like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing, like, I'm here because I want to be. I chose to stay here. So anything that I have to take it. I gotta take
things are gonna happen. Situations are gonna unfold. You know what I mean? One time it cheesed me. One time he got drunk and kissed her, and I was like,
Woo, no, child.
I was like,
dang.
All right. And at this point, we were talking, but we weren't talking. Because for me and her, it was like up and down. Because homie was still there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be here if you need to pick, and I'm not making you choose. So I'm gonna just float.
He said, "I'm gonna just float.
I'm just gonna float." Like,
I use those ones still.
Hang on, all that stuff, but I ain't like. I'm gonna just float. And so, and so night happened. It was like a night right before her birthday, the day before her birthday.
Right.
And yeah, like he had this thing. And then they went over, and he was drunk, and he leaned in and kissed her, and she's like, "Oh," and then that ended. At her birthday, though, I mean, I got it back. I did a little something, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. you got a little nucky.
I did a little something. And that was the point. That was the times where he would ask if we were doing anything, and then she told him, and so I was like,
She put
insults. I'm not gonna lie, but
insult to injury.
It was a little something. Those are concerning times. Though we're better now. We're healthy. You know, we're not toxic, because that's super toxic.
Are you still with this person?
Yeah, him and her don't talk like that no more. Him and her don't deal.
Wow,
like that.
So how long have you guys been dating for?
It's been 3 years now. We've been
that's
talking.
amazing. Woo.
Hold on, time out. Run that back. Hold on. No, we're not about to just scoop over that. 3 years just talking?
It's been 3 years and we've just been talking.
Just talking. Damn.
Like just this year is the year we were like, we both agreed, like, okay, at some point this year we're gonna move forward and like make it official.
Yes. Damn. That's old school. Like, that's old school right there, though.
This is the thing though. If you don't want it, you don't want it. You know what I mean? And
you're not gonna force it.
There's so many times where it's like you're in a relationship and you have to sit there and be like, yo, is this worth it?
Exactly.
And a lot of the times you'll actually say no to yourself. That's why people don't ask themselves that question, because it's like you look at it, it's not. It's more times it's not worth it.
And the fact that you guys are taking a different route about going about things, you guys obviously asked the right questions, went about certain things, and now you guys are in a place where you're, let's make it official. Because you guys both know.
Point blank communicating where you stand.
That's the thing.
That's the biggest thing.
But that's what I'm saying. You guys are big on that, and that's huge. But you guys are both tapping into patience of what patience actually is for yourself. You have a patient level, she has a patient level. You have a tolerance
and
level,
development.
She has a tolerance level. Yes, that plays too, but some people can't do both.
Like, yeah, for real.
They really can't do both. It's crazy.
No, and it was a lot, honestly, and like a lot of the times it wasn't like up to choice. It was really like both of us had to heal because she had to get over homie.
For sure.
Because like, you know, a 3-year relationship is not
easy.
light. Like that's a lot of your time. You know what I mean? And so
a lot
like,
of your time that you can't get back.
Facts. And she felt that way, like
Right.
because like, you know, he messed around with other people, and it was not
A lot of
so,
regrets.
yeah, and so, you know, she felt bad, she felt stupid, a whole lot of stuff, and I had to like be there for a lot of that stuff, you know what I mean? And so it was tough even sitting there listening to it, but like it was honestly, I had to ask myself a whole bunch of times if it was worth it. And then there are times I get mad at, nah man, this ain't even worth it, bro. I'm tired of this shorty, bro. I'm sick of this, bro. I ain't deal with it no more. And then the next day I'm like,
it's worth it.
What's up?
Yo.
That would happen so many times, bro. Like the longest we didn't talk was like a month. And then after that month, she messaged me. She's like, "You're gonna tell me you don't miss me?" I'm like,
"Ooh."
That question hits every time. Hits every time. Hits every time. You be catfishing. Don't be catfishing.
Be petty.
You be catfishing.
No, that's catfishing at that point.
That's catfishing for sure.
Nah,
nigga, what? I wasn't waiting for your message.
I wasn't waiting for your message.
Shoot, what you talking about, man? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, no. But that's that confidence, honestly. I would never.
Right.
TV
That's a lot of confidence.
That is a lot of confidence. Yo, but that's big. I respect that. That's a big thing. Okay, so how we gonna end this off? How we gonna end this off?
Bro, we went from hashtag Black Love.
Yes, sitcoms,
couple goals, which I still don't know what those are because
that's not a real thing.
Okay.
I honestly, again, can I say it again? It's fucking pictures.
Not real.
You know what image comes to my head when I see hashtag couple goals? They're usually in matching fit, shoes included.
Right. That is
one of these. One of these.
But see.
Yeah, that picture where it's the girl's hand and the next.
Exactly. No, but why can't you
on the beach?
Why can't you just call it a cute pic? Why does it gotta be called relation goals?
Gotta be a couple.
That's
goals.
It. It ain't gotta be a couple. What's a goal?
The thing with those,
a match.
The things with those, I'm not gonna be matching like that. That's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's a lot, bro.
I'll like.
Bro, I want to respect.
Coordinate.
Yes.
We can coordinate. I don't know.
Right. But listen, I gotta respect my girl's style. You know what I'm saying? If she wants to have a moment to dress once, that's fine. That's something that we can talk about if we want to do it. But to say it's a goal, get that.
That's an achievement.
And like, are you doing that every day?
That's together.
Are you doing that every day?
That garbage out of here. No, exactly. How's that an achievement? How's that a goal?
That's an achievement
that you're trying to set.
To walk on the beach?
Why would you want to set that as a tone, bro?
Go to the beach. Why is that a goal?
No. The goal is to have matching closets. On one side, y'all have to
listen. The goal is to get the same type of stocks. You know,
my goal is to live, bro. My goal.
Right. No, bro. Let's get some stocks in. Let's do some things, bro.
That's the thing with me though. Like those things, I'd be like, oh, that's a cute idea. Like I'm like, that's a nice idea.
Nice gesture.
I'm like, that's a cute date idea. That's nice. You know
There's
what I mean?
Nothing wrong with
that
that
kind of stuff. Like,
but
it'd be nice to go there.
That's
but I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I need to be this person.
Listen, whenever whenever I see it, I get a headache, bro, because it doesn't even. And even when you hashtag Black Love, Will Smith and Jada, like who put is that? Are they in the encyclopedia for Black Love? Like, come on, bro, like that don't even make sense.
It's cool to appreciate it, but like,
it's cool. And there's
no. But why couldn't we just say hashtag love? Why we gotta add?
But that's what it is.
Oh well, I mean that's just because a lot of our parents and stuff, you don't see black love, and so it's like you know what I mean. But this is my thing. Yeah, facts. This is my thing. What if it's black love, is it black on black love the same way? Like that to me doesn't make sense. Like how is black on black?
Hallelujah!
That doesn't make any sense. Like I don't say white on white crime. I just say crime.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Crime is crime.
But that's where the segregation comes into it.
Someone killed somebody. Why does that have to be black love?
Exactly.
It's like,
there's another black guy that committed a crime today. He's it's like, bro, why can't you just say there was a male?
Someone shot somebody.
Somebody shot somebody. There's a suspect. Just use that word. This person committed a crime. That's it. There are words that are there's ways to articulate it.
No, bro, it's a lot. Cause I'm like, okay, if somebody's dating a white girl, it's like, is that not? He's black, and he's in love. Is that not black love? Like, what is that then?
That's what I'm saying. It's love, yo. I mean, at the end of the day.
Oh, they still use the hashtag.
They still use a hashtag.
Well, of course they do, because I mean, white people can't help but steal. But like, I had that conversation yesterday with a bunch of my friends talking about fashion and how like everything is stolen from black people, and it was really funny.
It was.
No, white people cannot help. They actually can't help it. They can't help it. Justin Bieber has dreads now, and that's all I'm saying.
Bro,
okay.
I'm so annoyed by this.
Don't even
I don't understand why people love this guy so much. Like, he's talented.
He's from
Hold on, I'm not gonna lie.
He's
catchy.
He's from Canada.
Peaches is annoying catchy. Like,
it is. It's actually a bad song, but it's good. I hate it.
I love it, bro. It's got that jazz feel. You know what I'm saying?
I hate
it. The lyrics make no sense.
I got that in Georgia.
I get it. Whatever. He makes good music, but
the lyrics don't make sense.
The lyrics don't make sense at all.
This is the thing. Don't get me started, Dre. Don't make good music a scapegoat for your terrible and stupid decisions. I'm fucking tired of this. Don't get me started on that, bro.
Bro, that's really it, bro. Like we all seem to forget about all of the negative
R.
stuff.
Kelly is a child molester, and y'all are still going rock.
You know what? I'm actually very mad.
I'm not gonna step in the name of love.
I'm mad about that because he had to quote unquote black love, like you would see,
that's that old type of love. But
I'm pissed because I can't play that at my wedding.
I'm not playing that.
I'm not touching none of that.
Someone make me another song that gives me that same vibe.
I plead the fifth.
Of course you do. Because you stay stepping in the name of love. This guy watched all of the track closet series, bro.
I did still.
Yo, I was
we all
listening.
Did. We can't lie. We all did.
I was listening to Joe Budden's podcast.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking, and Rory brought up a comparison. They were comparing Justin Bieber's meltdown to Kanye West's meltdown.
Right.
We let Justin Bieber slide because he went slide.
Yes.
But the moment Kanye West kind of goes through his moments, he's
bash. Want to know why?
Jokes, we're making memes.
No, we already know. Listen, anything that has to do with us, they gonna make us look like we're animalistic. That's just how it is, bro. No matter.
Bro, they both went spiritual.
Bro. Huh?
Justin Bieber bought a monkey. Yo.
I understand. I know.
What?
I understand, but if
I'm pretty sure it's dead because he didn't take care of it.
I haven't seen that monkey.
I haven't seen that monkey since. And y'all just let that guy. I got my PJ. No.
This guy put Martin Luther King on his album.
No, stop. That cheesed me still. It cheesed me because
he did.
Yeah, he
did.
And what made it even worse was it his daughter that said it was okay, or someone in the family gave him the permission. Yeah,
because it didn't relate to anything he was
doing. Anything.
Nothing.
It was so out of context.
Right. I didn't like that. I like that still, but
I think part of it though too is who you follow, because I didn't really pay attention to the fact that he was having a meltdown because I don't really follow him like that.
He's been having a meltdown. But the thing is,
he's still having a meltdown.
It's not something that I paid attention to, because I don't follow him like that. Right. So I'm obviously gonna notice that Kanye's having a meltdown because I'm following him like that.
Right.
But at the same time, the most I know about Justin Bieber is what you see in social media, or what I hear on. Right. I don't listen to the radio, so Apple Music. So I'm gonna hear Peaches and be like, oh yeah, it's so annoying how he makes catchy tunes that make no sense. To your point, literally no sense. He's really taking the lyrics. That's all I know.
Listen, I only listen to the song "Forgive Me On" and Daniel.
Facts. That's how Giveon and Daniel Caesar got hype.
That's it.
I heard Justin first. I was like, this is annoying. Let's just
right.
Skip over.
Right. He makes the hook catchy, but it doesn't make sense.
I don't know why he's on that track, but it is.
And it is what it is.
No, honestly, what it is, these artists need to start getting good circles around them, bro.
I agree.
Because you see.
I think it's milked away.
Scratch artists, celebrities, period. Because
it's milked down. It's milked down.
Anybody. Everyone needs.
They're making relationships look like they're nothing to the younger. Like, I feel sorry for the younger generation because
Kim Kardashian's kids are gonna be ridiculed for life.
For sure.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Your mom did a porno.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't. What are you gonna do about that?
Yo, Tommy, you didn't hear about Ray J, dog?
Like,
where's Ray J at?
Going to school? You sure Ray J's not your dad? Like,
exactly.
Are you kidding?
Kids are gonna. They're gonna be like, who's Ray J?
Yeah, but it's for so much people too. Even these viral stars, like you have to deal with those things at some point in life when you have kids.
The gorilla glue girl.
Yeah, like that was
bro.
That's dumb. Even Chair Girl, dumb.
Yeah.
Damn, Safari.
But can I tell you though?
Yo.
Safari's penis is online. He's gonna have kids.
Right.
He has a kid.
Yeah, he has a kid.
Chris Brown's youths.
Tyga got to do that too. Tyga
I'm telling you.
OnlyFans. Just niggas
like you guys, man.
They don't care. They think because money can buy them out of every situation. That's the thing. And that's.
But can I just say though, that Gorilla Glue, it was funny, but at the same time, I was thinking, I was like, yo, I remember growing up in high school, you would slick your hair down 1 hour through first period, your hair is already. I was pissed. What do you mean? I spent an hour trying to slick down my hair this morning. Right. I had one ball practice and it's over with. Like, no. So at the same time, I was like, you know what? If someone can make something that's that strong but like doesn't take my hair out, I would be mad.
Yo, Diaz is killing me right now.
I'm just saying.
I didn't even watch the video. That's the crazy
didn't.
part.
I just heard about it. And
I heard about it.
I just watched her go like this, and I was like, "Yo, that thing's not moving, bro. I could go through 5 ball practices, and that thing would not move."
It's actually insane, bro. What people are gonna do for money, man? It's actually insane. But this is why I say, no one's greater than the homeless people that we have outside, right? Like I've always said that people like to shit on these people, but they're not going and doing these miraculous things for the money. There might be some, sketchy people here and there, we can all attest to that. But for the most part, some of them humble themselves. Nowadays, it's like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to make money. That's just how people's minds are right now. And they're far better off than a homeless person, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
I feel like people
social media is different, man. That's a whole different drug.
Right.
It's a whole different drug. But then also, there's some homeless people that aren't actually homeless, so let's not.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Listen, I've already encountered that. I already know. I got finesse. Listen, and it's a pandemic time, so them The
crazy ones are the ones that like you're like, how did you reach here?
Yeah. There's some points where I'm like, how'd you get here, bro?
How you get here? Like, what do you mean?
Listen. I'll tell you a quick story real quick. Listen, I literally encountered someone at Starbucks because 10 wanted something from Starbucks. Homeless woman came up to me and she's like, "Oh, like, can you get me this?" I had that. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go get you something. She's like, "Oh, can you also get me a Presto cart?" I'm like, "No, chick. You wanted a sandwich? I'm gonna get you a sandwich and that's it. I'm gonna do my good deed and I'm gonna be gone, right?" Tell me how I
from Starbucks.
Yes, tell me how I drive to Hamilton, right? And I had to go to a near station because I didn't even know where she lived and blah 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 blah. How I look to my left, like 10 minutes after, it's the same chick. How did you get from Mississauga? I didn't buy her a Presto card, How did you get to Mississauga to Hamilton? I wonder.
Bro, I had a crazy experience with that, bro.
I got finesse. Super finesse.
Me and my friends, we were driving down, I think on Warden, a couple years ago. And there was this lady sitting outside, at the intersection between Warden and Ellesmere on the island. And holding a sign, have 3 kids. I'm trying to get some money to take care of them, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I understand it. I'm looking in my pocket for some change. I'm like I see like a purse, and I'm like, that's a nice looking purse.
Where you get a purse from?
I look closely to the purse. It's a Prada purse. I'm like, yo,
Can't sell that?
yo. I told the lady, yo, sell the purse. Just sell the purse. People are gonna buy that.
Yeah.
Like you can get your money. You can get some money off of that. Like,
bro, damn. That actually reminds me of Carl's story. Because I saw him give a person $80.
yo,
He was literally camping on a Shoppers Drug Mart just off of Warden, like before you go into Warden Station.
yeah.
Drug Mart right there. Literally 3 weeks later, he saw him at Scarborough Town Center with bear chains and like I'm there like, man, the freshest Jordans. I'm like, damn. Yo, isn't that the same
bought you that?
I'm like, yo, isn't that the same guy that you gave $80 to? I'm like, this nigga's hustling. I'm scared.
That's the thing, though. If you're gonna give your money, you gotta be all right with the outcome.
That's it. That's exactly what I said.
That's on you.
And that's why I said, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy you your little lunch. I'm gonna do my good deed. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, you can't feel too bad.
Can't feel too bad.
You're gonna give them everything. It's like, listen, you need to live too, man. Like,
you gotta humble them still, though. Yo, listen, I asked for presto, Reggie. Send me yourself, Reggie. Anyways,
food to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather give them food than money. I'm not gonna lie, because I know I shouldn't judge, but I don't know what you're about to use that money from, and I'm not about to contribute to you, destroying yourself even more.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it's like, I get that that's your choice, but it's also my choice.
Exactly.
to provide you with, you know what I mean? Like, no, but
yeah,
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know how we got here either, but listen, I appreciate you guys, man. This was a good segment. I like the fact that we went everywhere.
Literally.
What was our conclusion here?
Our conclusion, let's just conclude it. Basically, toxic relationships, if you're in one, you need to come to the realization of certain things when you ask yourself questions. So ask yourself the question, do what Moses did, you know what I'm saying? Take his advice, ask yourself the question, and then internalize it how you want to. But again, if you stay, it's your fault.
Yep.
Know that.
Yep.
Take that.
Yep.
And don't get into a relationship because of a hashtag.
Exactly.
Please.
Listen.
Heal,
yes, heal.
Just
Healing is
heal.
important.
Let me just listen. Because this is the thing, and this is what I'll say, and I'll say this forever, bro.
Right.
If that guy was healthy, she'd probably still be in that relationship, and I wouldn't have to go through 3 years of what is now, yes, like I don't say anything about those years,
right?
But it would have been easier if everyone was just healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't have to been an issue. I wouldn't have to come in and quote unquote pick up pieces, even though it's not my job. Like I obviously feel to care about or obligated, and I don't want to have to come in and start picking up pieces and question if things are worth it. You know what I mean? Like it's so much easier if you're just healthy. Just heal.
Yes, and if you feel, just to chime off what he's saying, if there's some trauma that you know that's boiling up inside,
get out of there, bro.
Release it. Release the fury.
Release the fury. Release that.
Release the fury.
Release the relationship.
That's what you need to do. You need to listen. You said something that triggered me. I'm gonna take my time.
Right.
I'm just
acknowledge your triggers and do not try to do something.
Acknowledge your
triggers. People. I know you guys hear us laughing. This is just how we are. This is how we do it. But you're being serious. The advice we're giving you: just heal. Acknowledge your triggers for sure. Know your tolerance level. If you can't tolerate something, it's just best not to try to enforce it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just gonna make you mad, and then you're gonna get mad for no reason. And you should be mad at yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Not worth it.
And listen, I'm gonna say it one last time. Do not listen to these hashtags with Black love relationship goals. You're not setting no goals. Set your own goals. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How about you break the chain? Yes, break the chain. How about you go pick idea?
Buy some land. How about that? Buy some land. Stop looking at these relationships. Go own a home.
Go own a home. Go invest in some stocks.
Invest in some stocks, damn it. Start a career.
Get some financial literacy in your life, okay?
How about you love work?
If you said financial literacy, go holler at
and in that.
Go holler at the ad. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love, guys. You know, we got Moses in the building. We got Still Dre in the building. We got DN and JB too. Still Dre.
Hey.
I don't gotta say it anymore.
Yeah, you ain't gotta say Still Dre. Yo, Still Dre in the building. Oh, we yo, Still TRE. Yo, Still Dre, get that garbage out of here. And on that note, we are out. Peace and love, bro. For more DTE content, go ahead and click that like button, click that subscribe button. Follow us on social media at DTE2020. And don't you forget, share and comment in the comment section below. Definitely want to hear your guys' feedback. And we definitely want to hear your guys' truth. So keep it going. Speak your mind. You know what it is. It's DTE. Yeah.